Hey guys, this is Smithy. Welcome to my channel. If you guys are new here, welcome. Today I am so excited. I cannot contain my excitement level. It's just to another level. From the time these palettes were released, I definitely wanted in my collection. The question was, which one should I want? Which one do I need? I waited for good 1 month, 1.5 months, 2 months. I still could not decide on one because all of them were so beautiful. So I thought, let's wait for the Black Friday deal and get all the three. And that's exactly what I did. I got all the three. I have Hummingbird Palette from Fancy Face, Tina's palette. Then I have Red Dragon Palette from Judy. And then finally, we have Annette's Makeup Corners palette, which is called Giant Wolf's palette. Now let me show you swatches and pictures of all these palettes. They absolutely smashed it out of the park. I loved each and every one of these palettes. By the time I'm recording this video, I've only used the Giant Wolf's palette, and man oh man, am I impressed. You can see the excitement level in the video itself. I absolutely love each and every one of these palettes. All these palettes do come with the scarf also, like a silk scarf with the same artwork of that palette itself. So this is for the Giant Wolf's palette, and we have a beautiful Annette on the scarf. Then we have the Red Dragon palette, and we have our beautiful Judy on the scarf. And then we have the Hummingbird palette, where we have a beautiful Tina from Fancy Face on our scarf. Now, I won't lie, the only person that I was like not subscribed to or I've not watched the videos was Fancy Face, Tina. And I immediately went to her channel and watched some of her videos. She's gorgeous. She's so beautiful and her videos are so good. I'm subscribed to all of them. I was first subscribed to Judy because she was more on like that, you know, everyday subtle look kind of a person. But these palettes, guys, oh my God. Each and every one of these palettes have their own different touch. Like if you want like a grungy look, you know, Giant Wolf's is your best friend, and that's what I have on my eyes today. I'm gonna do, by the way, oh my God, I'm all over the place. I'm gonna do one look with each palette today. If you guys want like 3 looks using each of these palette, I will definitely do it. Leave it down in the comment section below so that I know that you guys are interested. Then, if you guys want more of like an everyday palette, but with like a twist and like exciting shades, I mean, this palette, the Red Dragon palette, is absolutely gorgeous. It's stunning. I'm yet to play with it on the eyes, but in person, these shades look so shimmery, so spectacular. I cannot stop staring at my eyes, so ignore that. And if you are like a colorful person, you love to wear colors, I mean, you cannot go wrong with the Hummingbird palette. Look at this. This is the only palette, actually, I'll be very honest, that I was like very intimidated by because it's full of colors. But I could not buy it, you know? Yeah. Oh my God. Can you feel my excitement? It's to another level. Okay. So without further blabbering, let's move on to all the swatches and let's move on to all the looks that I created from these palettes. So first we're going to start with the Giant Wolf's palette, and this is the eye look that I created for you guys. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Okay, let's start off the look with the Giant Wolf's palette. Look how beautiful this palette is. Oh my God, I cannot. And this is all like natural lighting. There's no artificial lighting in my room. Look at that. Are you serious? Oh my God, I cannot. Come onto my eyes right now. Okay. So let's start off. I'm going to start off with the shade called Ablaze, which is this muted but like a purpley pink shade. I'm going to start with that. I'm going to start off with that. Look how pigmented that is. Oh my God. I'm going to start with my outer corner and then buff it into my crease. You guys know how much I love like my muted but like grungy shadows. That's like my favorite kind of shades to wear when I'm choosing for colors. But all these palettes, oh my God, cannot. Okay, I'm going to shut my mouth because this video is going to be a million years long because we are going to try all the 3 palettes and just concentrate on the eye looks. Can you? Okay. I'm going to take the same shade Ablaze on my lower lash line too. Okay, let's take the shade called Howling from the palette, which is that deep muted purple. It looks stunning. I'm going to concentrate that on the outer corners. I cannot. Now, once we have like placed that shadow and like smoked out our outer corners, I'm going to dip into this shade, which is called Azure, which is more of like that royal blue shade. Very unlike me. Like that wolf's paw in the pan. Such a beautiful touch on all these palettes. I mean, this is definitely the palette that like screamed out to me, but I could not choose. I could not choose what to pick. That is why I waited for my Black Friday sale so that I can pick up all. I'm going to take this shade, which is called Astral from the palette. And this seems like a white gold shade. I'm going to put that in my inner corners. Oh my God. What? I can see a pink. Oh, wow. Like, wow. I'm gonna also put that underneath my lower lash line too. Just for a little sparkle, little shine there. Just like that. Let's start off with this shade, which is called Eternal, because I'm dying to put this multi-chrome on my eyeshadow. And then we'll see if we want to... Look at that. Are you serious right now? Oh my goodness, I can slap somebody. Okay, I'm gonna put that. Stop it. Stop it right now. Oh my God, I want it all. I had no plans of this. I just got the palette and I could not wait. Oh my God. Calm down. Oh my God. This is freaking stunning. Oh my God, can you even see it? I'm so sorry if you cannot. Whatever is left on my fingers, I'm gonna just put that on my lower lash line, mainly in the inner third. Just like that. Oh my God, I cannot. I'm gonna finish off my eyes on both the sides with some liner and mascara, and I'll get right back. Okay, that's how the eyes are looking so far. Let's finish off our lower lash line. And for that, I'm gonna take this shade, which is called Cosmos from the palette. And it's like a mix of purple and a blue together. And I'm gonna do that and just run it on my outer corners of my lower lash line. These shades, man, go so well together. I cannot even tell you. Wow, I am in love with this palette. Wow, I've just created one look. I am impressed. Okay, let me show you my close-up. I could not stop staring at my eyes. Okay, let me show you a close-up of my eyes. I hope it's translating on the camera the way it is translating in person, because I am absolutely in love with this. I think Annette from Annette's Makeup Corner did an amazing job on this palette. I cannot wait to play more with this palette. If you guys want to see 3 looks using this palette, definitely let me know. I will definitely do it for you guys. They haven't captured Annette in a palette. She did like absolutely a phenomenal job. But if you show me these shades and if you ask me who is a collaborator, I would definitely say Annette, because that's how like Annette is captured in this palette. I cannot wait to play with these. Okay, now let's move on to the second look using the Red Dragon palette. Oh my God, I am so excited. This is the color story. Pretty neutral, right? But with like pop of red and green. I cannot wait, guys. Okay, let's begin. I'm gonna start with this shade called Serene, and this looks like I would say like a corally brown. I'm gonna start with the outer corner. I'm so scared because these are like pigmented shades. Start with the outer corner and then blend it along the crease. Although that these are like pigmented, but they're so easily blendable. Like, look at that shade. This is stunning. Okay, now I'm gonna blend it a little more inside my crease, like more towards the inner corners. And I'm not shying away from getting it inside here because I want more of like a blown out look. And then I'm going to take the same shade on my lower lash line. So once we have like that peach shade all across our eyelid, stunning. Oh my god, stunning. Okay, let's take this shade, which is called Yin from the palette, and I am going to take that towards like the, oh, look at that pigment, and such a beautiful, like I would say it's more of a reddy brown. I'm going to concentrate it here, and then I'm going to take this beautiful shade which is called Jade from the palette, because why not? Like, it's intriguing me to use that shade. On the same brush, I'm just going to take that in my inner corners, up till half of my inner corners. Like, look at that, like how beautifully it blends into each other. It's just stupid. Like, so good it is. Cannot. I'm not going to take it higher just because I want that peachiness also. I'm going to take this shade which is called Fire from the palette, and I'm going to actually mix it with this shade also, which is called Aurora, just to get like a deepened plummy brown. I'm going to tuck it right there in the outer corners. Now I'm going to take this same shade, Fire, and the shade Dragon from the palette, and I'm going to blow it down on my lower lash line. And I'm also going to take that Dragon shade, which is the red shade, very lightly, and I'm going to just blend it into the crease, just so that we have that red shade like coming through in the crease with that peach. Can you see that? That's stunning. Are you serious right now? That's amazing. Okay, now what are we gonna take? Okay, I'm gonna take this shade which is called Luna from the palette, and this is a beautiful duochrome from green to a red. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it or not. It is absolutely stunning. Like, look at that. Oh my goodness. These shimmers are just spectacular. And I'm gonna melt it right in between that shade where the green and the red meets. Look at that. Oh my god, look at that. It's stunning. I can totally see that green and red flip happening. I don't know whether you guys can see it or not. I hope you can, because I am loving it. Okay, I'm going to take this shade which is called Solar Flare from the palette, and I'm going to take actually a brush, a flat definer brush. I don't want it to go everywhere, and I'm just going to take that right in my inner third, just like that. My goodness. I'm going to flick it right into the crease, just like that, so that we have like a green and then a duochrome and then a red happening. I have no words to say like how I'm feeling. Now I'm going to take this shade which is called Overheat from the palette. I'm going to take that in my inner corners, just for that peachy pop, just like that. And I'm going to take this shade which is called Amber, and I'm going to take that in my inner third of my lower lash line, just like that, so that that can go into the red and the maroon shade on the lower lash line. I'm going to finish off this eye with some liner and mascara, and I'll get right back. Okay, so this is my final look. I absolutely love the way it came out. Like, look at that. I cannot obsess over these looks. Oh my god, it is neutral, but it has like that hint of green coming through and red, which makes it overly special. And these shades are like so beautiful. You can totally go like a total neutral route by putting this in the crease, this in the outer corners and any of the shimmers. You can do like a red smoky eye, you can do a green smoky eye, you can do like an everyday fresh eye. It's just stunning. Oh, by the way, all the palettes do come with like this oval mirror. Now it's time for something colorful. Let's move on to our third palette, which is the Hummingbird palette, and which was in collaboration with Tina from Fancy Face. And this is like an absolute dream for anybody who loves colors. Like, look at that. It's just stunning. Okay, I cannot wait. So let's just dive right in. I am gonna take, I don't know what, but okay, let's start. I'm gonna take this shade, which is called Hibiscus from the palette, the poppy pink shade. I'm gonna start in that inner corner. Again, blow it out up till half of the lid. That's such a beautiful shade. And I'm going with like a big fluffy brush so that I don't get like so much of pigment. But if you want like that intense pink all over your eyelid, just go with like a packing brush and you'll get a beautiful pink smoky eye. Come on, are you serious right now? Oh my god, I have to use that purple. Are you serious? That's just stunning. I'm going to take this clear blue shade and just run it on the outer corners just so that I melt these two shades together, and it will create more of like that purple hue coming from behind as a transitioning shade. That already looks absolutely gorgeous. Okay, now let's take this shade and this shade together, Star Apple and Lagoon, because I want more of a purpley blue shade. Put that on my outer corners. Yeah, that's exactly what I want. Now I'm going to take like a clean fluffy brush and I'm just going to melt here in the outer corners with like small circular motion, just because I don't want it to get muddy in the crease. I just want all the depth in the outer corners, but I definitely do want it to melt into each other, just like that. Okay, I'm going to take the same shade, Hibiscus from the palette, and I'm going to run that on my lower lash line too. And I'm going to take this shade, which is called Lagoon, and I'm going to just run it on the outer corners of my lower lash line, just to tie everything together. Okay, now time for purple, time for purple. Let's take this Hummingbird shade from the palette. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna take that. Oh, are you serious? Look at that. I don't even know if you can see it or not. Like, look at that. I'm gonna take it a little more inside. There's a ton of sparkles in that shade, and I cannot see. Look at that. That's the Hummingbird shade. It's like purple with a ton of pink sparkles. So it mostly looks like a duochrome shade. Now let's move on to that multichrome shade, which is called Fancy. And I'm going to take that. Oh my goodness. Oh, are you serious? Are you? Oh my, look at that. Drown me in that shade. Oh, come on. I'm going to take that in my inner third. I can cry. Oh my gorgeousness. What is this? I don't even care. Like, just leave me with this shade. I can stare at this the whole day. Oh my god. There's no one palette that I can say, okay, this not required. I mean, like, are you serious right now? I'm going to take the same thing, whatever is left in the inner third of the lower lash line. And oh, look at that. There's also blue. I don't know if you can see it or not. Like, there's pink, there's purple. I can totally see blue. Like, there's pink, there's purple, there's teal, and there's blue. Deja vu. Deja vu. I'm just going to blend the edges. I'm finishing this eye with some liner and mascara, and I'll get for the final look. I'm going to take the same shade Fancy for my inner corners. How can I forget my inner corners, especially when the shade is so stunning. Oh my god, I can just cry. I can just cry. Look at that. Are you serious? Okay, So finally, this is my final look from the Hummingbird palette. I cannot believe how beautiful these shades are and how beautiful these palettes are. I mean, I cannot pick one. Even if it was not a collaboration palette, I could not choose one. I'm not even like kidding. I really initially was inclined towards the Giant Wolves palette because the color story is like so different and like so swampy, like grungy color story. So this is definitely unique. I do not have any of like these swampy greens, this pink, these purples or blues in my collection. This multichrome is absolutely gorgeous. Like the first look just took my breath away, and so are these. I mean, no, don't stare at yourself. No, don't stare at yourself. The only thing that I feel like is common in my collection would be these greens and a black. That's it. Like everything else from this Giant Wolves palette is so unique, so gorgeous, I cannot. Let's move on to Judy's palette. Now, I absolutely love Judy. I regularly watch her channel all the time. When Judy came out with like more of a neutral palette, I was like, oh, do I have that color story with me? But no, I don't. This is unlike any other neutral palette in my collection, I would say. I don't have these shades in my collection. Like these are all new shades in my collection. Even this red, it's beautiful. This thing, I don't have these shades in my collection. Like I feel like if you are a regular watcher on my channel, I feel like the only two shades that I would have in the other collection, and I have a lot of palettes, would be this and this. But rest everything, and even this I would say, but rest everything seems so unique. If you are a neutral lover and if you want to just dip your toes into colors, I feel like just go with this. It is so lovely. Look at the eye look. Look at the eye look. I should not even talk. Eye look should speak for itself. Now, this again is a palette that was intimidating me for so much, and I thought like I can skip over the Hummingbird palette because I don't wear colors, especially like blues and greens on my eyes. I love it. Are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? Like, I just love it. I cannot wait to play with those blues and greens. Like, I cannot. This green is so different. This orange, I don't have an orange in my collection. I don't wear oranges. This blue is so beautiful. Like, it would be so beautiful to just combine these three shades or even these three shades for a everyday look. This on the entire lid and any one of these in the outer corners, that's a look by itself. And these blend so nicely with each other to create gorgeousness, I cannot even say. And we cannot forget about the multichromes in these palettes. Like, they are absolutely beautiful. Initially, I was thinking that these greens, this green and this shimmer green is very similar to the Judy's green in the palette, like this one and this one, but it is not. It's totally different. You can see it in the video itself, like how different it is from each other. It's totally different. Like, these shades are just spectacular. I can go on and on about these palettes. I am a big fan of Odens Eye. This is the first time that I got something from Odens Eye, and this is not going to be my last. I can say that for sure. Like, these shimmers, it truly performs like Pat McGrath's shimmers. Like, not their Blitz Astral formula, but their original shimmers. Totally works like that. The multichromes are like gorgeousness. It's absolutely gorgeousness. It's stunning. Can I stop staring at myself? I'm really sorry. You might be getting annoyed with me just because I'm staring at myself, but I'm sorry. I cannot stop. Like, I love it. So yeah, now let's move on to the outro. So those were my 3 looks that I created from these palettes. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I absolutely loved each and every one of these palettes. I cannot wait. I just cannot wait to see it when I am like editing this video, that how beautiful these looks came out with, and I cannot wait to play with these palettes. But yes, if you did like this video and if you do want to see 3 looks using these palettes, definitely leave it down in the comment section below, and do give it a thumbs up if you like this video, and also ring that notification bell so that you're notified every time that I post next. I generally upload 3 videos every single week, every Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays at 9 AM Eastern Standard Time. Until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.